Hey, Dave, how you doing?
How you doing, Evan?
Good. When you went back and looked at the tape, did anything stand out to you? Just kind of seeing those throws that Jackson made. You said some of them may have been catchable. Did anything stand out again to you looking at those throws that some of the receivers dropped?
Yeah, I would say, look, you go through the tape, you make corrections with every position, and then you learn from them and move on. So certain things we got to correct, continue to correct. There's a lot of good things on this tape with the guys that played, and we'll just keep on working to get better.
And then going back to Jalen, I know you said you were going to also look back at the tape and just kind of assess what he did. What would you say about his performance yesterday?
Yeah, I thought he made a nice play on that ball that 19 threw, ran a couple good routes. Sure, there's a couple plays he'd like to have back. But I like the way he responded in that drive on that touchdown catch.
Thank you.
Yep.
Brian Daboll.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Hi, Ryan.
Do you have an update on TJ Moore?
Yeah, he's got an injury to his leg. And he'll be getting surgery on it today or tomorrow.
Okay, so he's still at the hospital.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there a scenario here, Brian, where you possibly keep 4 quarterbacks and I guess related to that, obviously, if you could kind of talk about how Tommy has handled this summer when obviously the math is against him?
Yeah, I would say similar to the injuries, Ryan, we'll have a lot of discussions on the roster and keep that in-house. But Tommy's been a pro since he's been here day one. Not just this year, but the other years as well. So.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, I know Cam Scatterbo was just 3 carries last night, but what does it mean to this offense and the running game to have him available to you guys?
Yeah, he's only had a few plays, so he needs to continue to stay healthy.
What do you guys as a coaching staff sort of do to manage not pressing him too much, but also allowing to kind of show what he can do?
Well, we have meetings with the medical team, and they give us a number of plays or reps in practice that he can handle, and we give him those plays. So the amount of reps that he got last night was, sat down with the medical team, and this was the amount of reps he can get. So, hopefully every day he can do a little bit more, throughout these next 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dan Duggan.
Hey, Ryan, just wondering what was going on with the communications with Jackson on the first drive. It seemed like he couldn't hear the play calls maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we got a play into him. That was the 60-yarder we yelled from the sideline. So he did a nice job of handling that and, turned a play in that, probably wasn't even on the opening part of the script. Not probably wasn't on the opening part of the script. And adjusting and making a good play.
You literally yelled from the sideline what play to run, like from the wristband?
Yeah, yelled a word to him. Yep.
And this isn't really a Jackson question, but I guess it applies to him too. But you've been around for a long time, and everyone always puts disclaimers on preseason, and you've said, it's vanilla defenses and stuff. How do you know what's real from the preseason, whether it's Jackson or another guy who has production and maybe it's against backups, or they said it's vanilla concept? How can you tell what's real and what's, it's just preseason?
Sure. Well, I think our focus is on, are you executing your responsibility at a high level? So it's not, a bunch of schematic type things that are new for that particular week. It's, some things maybe you're showing that you're not going to show in the regular season, or, some of that strategy there. But really what you're looking from the players when they step out on the field is, are they playing up to the standard? Are they being disciplined? Are they doing the things they need to do to help, the offense, the defense, the kicking game be successful. And if you're executing your responsibility, regardless of it was a vanilla coverage or they didn't do, whatever it may be, are you tackling well? Are you improving in your tackling? Are you running to the football on defense? Are you getting, ball disruption, pass defenses? Are you catching the ball when it's thrown to you? Are you reading the play the right way when you're running back and gaining yards after contact? Are you making the proper decision at the quarterback position and throwing the ball where it needs to be on time, in rhythm? Are your combination blocks going to the right linebackers? All those things that executing your responsibility is an important part of being a good football team and being a good unit. And those are the things you can evaluate, on a game-to-game basis in the preseason. Live football. All the practices are important, no question about it. They're important. But until you can really play and have full contact, those are some of the things that I think are helpful to evaluate.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep.
Charlotte Carroll.
Hey, Dibs. How's it going?
Morning, Charlotte.
Morning. I'm going to actually quickly follow up on that. Is that something you've seen Jackson do continuously all through camp, just execute responsibly at a high level?
Yeah, I just wouldn't say Jackson. I'd say the entire team. It's never going to be perfect. A game is never going to be perfect. You're going to be down. You're going to have issues in a game, and can we self-correct and do it? When it counts the most. And everybody's responsibility is to do that, from a coach to a player. So everybody's involved in that.
And then I also wanted to ask about what you've seen from Evan in his 2 games that he's played.
Yeah, I think he's done some good things, and then there's things we need to continue to work on him. Obviously, it's a new spot for him, but a couple good clean the pockets and some movement in the running game. We'll continue to work with him to help him excel at his job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ed Valentine. Ed, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Dave, how are you?
Hey, Ed, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, the guys, seemed to be having so much fun last night. They seemed to be so loose. You guys went 3-0 in the preseason. The sidelines were pretty active. Guys really seemed to be enjoying themselves. In your experience, is that an important way to end the preseason? Does that kind of stuff carry over into the regular season, or does it not really matter?
Yeah, I'd say, Ed, this is a week-to-week league. So each week you have to be ready to go and be at your best. And, the challenge in games is, when you do get knocked down or you're down 10 points, how are you going to respond? The guys were playing well. I was happy about the veterans that did not play, that were into the game, that were helping the other guys, communicating on the sideline, which is the most important thing. But then, showing some support for those guys when they did well, or showing support for Moore when he went down. But this season or this game is a week-to-week game. So we have to put everything we got into it for each week. And one week doesn't carry over to the next week. Just like one season doesn't carry the over. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is your preparation and ultimately how you perform the one time a week you do play a game.